Hi! Today, Miss Recchia, that's me, is going to play my oboe for you. My oboe is the instrument that I spent most of my life perfecting my ability on. I used to be really good, and I had children. Not as good anymore because I don't have all the time to practice. Back when I was a young oboist in my late teens and early 20s, I would practice 2 to 3 hours a day. Don't have that time anymore, so I apologize for any goofs when I make this video. Anyway, for my students, this is the oboe. A lot of you are going to say, that looks like what Squidward plays. Nope, Squidward plays clarinet. Oboe looks a lot like it, but the main difference is in the reed. They are both members of the Woodwind family, which makes it sound by the air inside vibrating. But the clarinet's got one single cane reed. It's usually about that thick, that longish. Well, that's more saxophone. That longish. And you put it on a mouthpiece, attach it with a ligature, and you blow in between the mouthpiece and the reed, and that vibrates. The oboe is a bit different. It has what we call a double reed. If you watched my video on how to make a reed out of a straw, it's the same kind of thing. I'm going to show you what a traditional oboe reed looks like. See, it's two little pieces that are tied together. It starts off as one piece, but you cut it. And it's on a cork, thread, and you stick it in your oboe. I would blow on this. My blowing through gets the air inside vibrating, and we get sound. Now Miss Recchia has got these fancy dancy reeds that I play on now. These are plastic, but they're very expensive plastic reeds. But this means I don't have to make reeds anymore. So it's great. So, oboe, member of the Woodwind family. You can tell the Woodwind family because they got lots and lots of keys compared to the other instruments. String, no keys, just strings. String vibrates. Brass, they usually have 3 to 4 buttons to push. And percussion, you just hit them. They all look different. So if you see a whole bunch of keys, you're gonna pretty good clue it's a woodwind. If you see a reed, that's a very good clue it's a woodwind. Although you got the flute and recorder and others that don't quite fit into that category. But anyway, this is the oboe, so it belongs to the woodwind family. It belongs to the subset called the double reed family. Looks like a clarinet, but it's not quite. And it sounds a bit like this. Alright, and I guarantee you most of my students are like, oh my god, Miss Recchia, you're turning so red, stop! Happens every time I bring it into play. I'm okay. I'm just very pale. When I blow through the instrument, I am getting a bit of a workout with my lungs. I turn red because of the pressure, because I got a lot of wind to get this instrument to work, but just an itty bitty hole for it to go through. So there's a lot of pressure. I turn red. I'm not about to die. Trust me, I can do this for 3 hours back in the day. So, oboe. Get you a good close-up of some of these keys. Good ones are made of wood with nickel silver for keys. Nickel silver plated usually. Sometimes you see gold, well, nickel silver, and then you see gold plated keys. You can have plastic. You can have different types of wood that give it like a browner look. But this is generally what you're going to get for an oboe. It's got a big brother called the English horn. It looks like this. Let me back up. Mostly looks like a big oboe, except this bell here is a bit different. You got a big bulb on the end. And it's got this little guy called a bocal. It kind of extends my reed. Now this one, I'm going to have to use the traditional wooden reed, well, cane reed, because they don't make the good plastic kind yet. Legere, you got to get on that. I need one. This reed's rather old. I haven't played English horn in a long time. But based on what you know, from what I've taught you in music class, which one of these instruments should have the lower sound? The oboe or its big brother, the English horn? I hope you said the big brother English horn, because we know in music, the longer an instrument, the lower its voice. The higher an shorter an instrument, the higher its voice. That's why the piccolo is so high. and the tuba is so low. So I'm going to play a little bit of English horn. Bear with me. The oboe, at least I play a couple times a month. This guy, this is the first time I've broken him out of the case in years. Alright, here's a little bit, a very abbreviated version of the New World Symphony. Thank you, kids. I did make a few mess ups. My key got stuck because this has been in the case for so long, and if you leave it in the case, the keys get sticky and they don't sound as good. So I really should get that out of the case more often. That's the English horn. At one point it was my main instrument, but now, since I was in the army bands, it's now the oboe because they don't use English horn all that much. So I'm going to play a little excerpt for you on the oboe. And I want you to, in the comments below, if you're one of my students, if you're not one of my students and you're watching this, don't worry about it. Give me one word to describe this music I'm about to play. It is called La Scala di Seta. And if you are an actual oboe player watching this, I apologize. It's been a long time since I've worked on my orchestral excerpts, but I thought the kids might like this one. Not the cleanest articulation. That means the tonguing, which means the shortness and how the notes sound and start and stop. But you know, not bad for that being the first time I've played that in a long time. So that's the oboe. To recap, woodwind family, double reed family. So in the double reed family, you've got the oboe and the English horn. There's also the bassoon. If I had the bassoon, I would have played it in this video. Unfortunately, these two broke my bank. I can't afford a bassoon. So please Google it. Look up a picture. Listen to it. It's a pretty cool instrument too. It's even bigger than these two. And then they got one called the contrabassoon that's even bigger. Listen to those. They're nice and low, and they sound real cool. So I'm going to try to put up some videos of me playing other instruments since we didn't really get to our instruments of the orchestra unit. It was going to be this last quarter here, and we're in quarantine, but those are the ones I play best. So when Miss Recchia puts up the flute video, and I'm messed up all over the place, this is just for demonstration purposes. I can't play all the instruments great. Mainly oboe, saxophone's number 2, but the Army's got my good saxophone, and I can't get to it right now. So I hope you enjoyed watching me play oboe. I'm going to try to link some videos in the comments or the description. I'm still new to this YouTube stuff. That has my woodwind quintet playing. That's a group of musicians that's got a flute, clarinet, oboe, bassoon. Those are all woodwinds. And it's got a French horn with his brass, so what's up with that? That's just the traditional formation. But there's a couple cool things we did this summer? No, last summer. Last summer at Fort Drum. And we sounded pretty cool doing it. And I hope you enjoy listening to those. And I will see you later. Bye.